Hello and good day. Today we're going to be making some wood out of some funky tree service stuff. I'm going to show you what it's like when you find weird things at the tree service and how to clean them up and make firewood out of them. Exhibit A is this large pine round here, and this is some really good burning wood, whether it's kindling or whatever. It wouldn't be bad to put a piece of that underneath a big pile of oak and get the fire started, but it's barkless, dry stuff. And they started to cut that at the tree service and stopped because they hit metal inside. So I'm going to talk about that and show you here right now. So this is the first round, and that has nails in it. And I'm going to use my old dirty chain to try to cut through this and finish that cut. You can see if I go in right here, there's a nail in there. So I'm going to come from the top with my old chain and just try to finish splitting that. This thing would have made a nice little coffee table or something, but I'm not in the coffee table business, so it's getting burned. That other round on the left there is the same kind of stuff, but I decided not even to cut it in half. I measured it and it's like 22 or 23 inches, whatever. It fits in the splitter, so I'm just going to split that one and leave it alone. That's one thing that does get on my nerves about this little MS-180. I love this saw and it travels with me and it gets all kinds of work done. You can see how much I use it on all kinds of big stuff, but it's almost like too small for my hands, and I turn the brake on all the time. And that gets on my nerves, but I mean when you're holding it and moving it around and manipulating the saw, I mean if you kind of move your wrist forward on your left hand, it just hits the chain brake, so I do that sometimes. Don't mean to do it, but here we are. I'm scribing this line around here, and the cuts don't really line up, but I end up getting it pretty good. I was a little concerned because they're about an inch off, but I scribed a line around and then just did the best I could, and it goes pretty well, actually. Listen real close right before I started this voiceover, you can hear me hit the nail and some sparks came shooting out of the log. So I did hit it at least once. It kind of makes a weird noise, but overall this went pretty good, and that chain is pretty much toast. I just threw a new one in my truck with it, so I'll throw a new chain on it probably the next time I use it. And that was the fibers that were holding it, just that little bit of fiber. I couldn't, nope, there's another nail right there. So it was nailed together, that's why it wouldn't come apart. Anyways, now I can make wood or kindling out of that. That's a pine round, but it burns really clean. There's no bark, no sap, nothing. It goes up like nothing. So on to processing that. Oh. Okay. The next thing I'm gonna look at is this birch round, if you will. And this should make some pretty decent firewood. Well, as you can see, you can come in with a splitter right in between all of these crotches, and I think this will clean up pretty good. But everybody kept passing on it because it's kind of ridiculous. But by the time you come in here and here and here, and then you'll just have 3 little rounds to split. It'll make firewood. So let's see what this thing looks like. Sorry for this brief interlude, but while I had the saw out, I also just cut up a couple of these other rounds. This is a sycamore round, and you can see how dull the saw is. I mean, it's just throwing dust, and it's just not cutting very good. So I'll leave this little piece in here, but we're going to get right back to that birch round as soon as I cut this thing up and get the splitter out and turned on. So that's what's coming up. Thing about this round is it's a stump, and there's a little bit of swell right at the ground, so it kind of flares out. There's a little bit of stump flare on the bottom of it, which makes the firewood a little bit odd shaped, but overall it comes out pretty good. So here you can see how it flares on the bottom, so I left this shot in even though it has a little bit of a sun ray going on. Sorry. at this round. Doesn't it look like somebody like smashed it or something? It looks like something out of Super Mario Brothers. Somebody got smashed. It's a little Smooshed Magnolia round. Okay, that's about it for today. I'm gonna get going on the rest of all of these rounds I gotta split. And I'm not gonna record it all because it's 2 or 3 or 4 hours worth of splitting and I just need to get going. So that's the entertainment for today. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm out here delivering firewood today and the pallet guys have some pallets for me. That is a monster right here. That's like a 10-foot pallet. I don't even know, I can't measure it. Won't fit in my truck bed flat. But look at all these nice pallets, man. These are that one's the thick wood. I like the thick wood ones because I drop this wood out of the wheelbarrow on it and it breaks them, and just walking on them and stuff will break them. So I like those nice thick ones because when I get those big heavy rounds and come at it and dump them on the wheelbarrow, sometimes I just want to dump them. I don't want to lift them again. And it's smashing up all my pallets. So here we go. I'm going to load up a few of these. Check out this pallet. That might be a perfect 8-foot pallet. Perfect for stacking firewood. So I'm going to take that. It's interesting. Moving on, I just had to deliver some wood and I got to use my new trailer. I am thinking about shooting some black paint on those little rusted areas, but again, this is supposed to be an economy thing. It's a time saver and a money saver, so that's just not a huge deal to me right now. I did fit 2 ricks of firewood in here. That's what everybody says around here, 2 ricks. It's a rick, or 2/3 of a cord. And it's a little bit extra. That's 2 4-foot stacks. That's actually 3 4-foot rows and a little bit of extra. So you can see 3 rows and they're 4 feet wide by about 4 feet tall. And then the rest of it went in the garage, and that's only about 3 feet tall at the highest. So if you stacked it up, that's 2/3 of a cord. Have a great day, everybody. I do think if I stack the wood, I can fit a whole cord in the trailer and truck.